Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to Desertopolis. We'll get to the stuff I did off camera, basically building on resources and finishing out my floor. I don't know how crazy I am about it, but it is crazy. I'll give myself that. It's pretty nutty, but I don't know if it's good. Guess it's all subjective, I guess, right? Let's start over here with what I started doing. So I had a big, huge backlog of blackstone in there. And then once I got access to the diamond chicken and making diamonds for free, we now have, I had a diamond mesh in there. I moved it over to another one for now, but started doing all of that, getting the blackstone gilded with the crystallized mineral there. And then here's one of the diamond meshes processing gilded blackstone and everything upgrade here. And I just made one for now because it's a process to get there, but this is the third tier of everything upgrade. And the interesting thing that I didn't know about these before is that once you've made one of these, you can just shift right click and break them apart. And you get back these, so then you can go ahead and then upgrade these. So once I get access, well, I'd have access probably to enough emeralds to upgrade this one, but the only one I don't is this one. Yeah, so the output upgrade, we need netherite ingots to upgrade that one to get to the everlasting tier. So, but if I'd known that earlier, I would have had more of these upgrades going a little bit earlier, because you can just break them apart and then upgrade the individual parts later to get the higher tier ones later on when you have access to the materials. So that's bringing in my gold there. We're, 5,000 gold nuggets or a stack of gold blocks, working away on gold there. I got rid of all of my lapis in the pressure chamber. So if you feed lapis into the pressure chamber, then it comes out as mineral chunks. And now I'm automatically feeding those mineral chunks into this strainer. This is where my other diamond mesh ended up. And that gives me redstone. So we're building up on redstone here now, automatically, because I moved my extractinator with the iron and lapis over to here. So we'll go over this one. It's not anything super special here, but it is, I guess, something to talk about. So we got the extractinator. We'll feed that into a 1x2 drawer. And then make sure that you're locking these drawers at each stage along the way. Otherwise, you can run into issues with things going the wrong way, especially when we're using these item pipes. And I actually eventually did a filter as well, and we'll take a look at that at the when we get around to the back there. So the extractinator feeding into the 1x2. And of course, that's going to happen now, right? There's always got to be a... There's always an infernal among them too. I just wait 2 or 3 seconds here. They despawn and then I come back and sleep every time I run into that issue. Alright, back over here to this thing again. So yes, we've got 2 pipes running out of here, one going into a compacting drawer because the pressure chamber only takes lapis blocks to turn it into the mineral chunks. So we had to do that to get that, and then of course make sure this is the first drawer that you put down with locked to mineral or lapis blocks so that none of the lapis pieces itself get caught in your system there. So this is all set up and going and pretty far ahead. And then at the back here, So going out of the iron, so obviously we got to go into the top of a brick blast furnace and then out to the bottom. And then in here is where I've got the pipe upgrade. So to do any filtering, we've got to get the advanced pipe upgrade. Then I just go put the pipe upgrade in there, I drug just one raw iron up to there and then submitted, and then that added it to this whitelist filter mode. This is the default, so you shouldn't have to worry about changing it, but if you wanted to blacklist the lapis instead, you could do that. That would be fine. And that way, like before, I had lapis getting caught up in here, but now that's all stopped. And this is coming around and giving me my iron in there. And every once in a while, I've got to come by and throw a stack of mini coal in there, but I'm not too worried about that. I emptied out these two fluid tanks. They were full, 32 buckets of each of the... I forget what they were now. Kerosene and gasoline? I think so. Yes, kerosene and gasoline. And I ran it through this guy. I just changed the setup here. And it got, I don't know, 1,000 coal, 1,500 coal, something like that, out of all of that. So I'm flush with coal, which I'm just taking out slowly, crushing it up, and then running it over and putting it in here. So over here, I do have the speed upgrades in here. So 4 speed upgrades is just barely overpowering, no speed blocks on top of that. Whereas over here, I made the vibrant alloy block. So this is now tick rate is 20. So every second, this is producing 10 milliliters of crude oil. And I started with 10 in there. That was too much. I dropped it down to 8. It was still overpowering it, so maybe this up to 7. We'll do the trick. We'll put that in there and see if that's 5,300 or so. Oh yeah, and then the other important thing with all this being automatic now, I've got security upgrades in here. These aren't too hard to make at all. You know, we've got the obsidian already. It's just a safety tube module, which is basically just 2 levers, a pressure tube, some copper, and a compressed iron ingot. So nothing too special to make the security upgrades. And you really, as soon as you're automating any of these, you should probably be running the security upgrades so you don't get any accidents. If you run it in your compressors, then you shouldn't have to worry about anything down the line. The only times, well, once we upgrade the pneumatic craft stuff to the next tier, that goes up to 20 bars, then you might have some things down pipe of it that have less that might need security upgrades, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it there. And then I guess the other thing that I'm doing is I've just got I put 7 or 8 stacks of mineral in here to make some nether quartz because we are so flush with it there from making the lapis all game, right? I had this drawer full plus, yeah, I just left myself 100 or so lapis in my system just for incidental crafting for things that I need to do there. Haven't done a lot with the chickens. I did just set up my emerald chicken so that I've got a couple of stacks of emeralds. Have access to them. Oh, and I guess, yeah, the other handy thing there is if you use a hoe, you can vein mine pretty much your whole field at one time. 6 out of the 8 rows, or 7 out of the 9 rows at the very least. So just like that, it's super easy to go ahead and tear apart a field. think I will do one more round on each of these. Actually, I don't need coal anymore, so that's fine there. Haven't had any need for blaze rods, so I haven't done any of that yet. And yeah, just doing the beetroot so that I have access to red dye easily. Leaking gas pneumaticraft. There we go. So now we don't have to deal with that sound anymore. If you've ever wondered how to get rid of that, there's a little icon there for muffling. Then if you know the mod that it's coming from, you can search for it there, right? That's coming from pneumaticraft somewhere. If you don't want to listen to the doors opening, closing all the time, or any of these other noises that might happen, then you can shut them off. But yeah, that pressure release one is a little bit thing. This one's not releasing any pressure because I got tons of powdered coal backed up in there, and I am making all of the graphite. Making it all. Oh yeah, I also did a few batches of yellorium there because we're getting a little bit low there. We've got the cyanite we need to move on, so that's really buggy. That does not like to work at all. Like, not at all. It doesn't want to put it into my inventory. Oh well. Do I have another couple of stacks of those there? Yeah, I'm just keeping producing the graphite for now because we'll need thousands of it to build a big reactor to be able to do some of the end game crafts. How are we doing? 12 minutes. All right, so let's do the Nether chapter, or even if we don't do the whole chapter, we'll at least get everything explained how to get things done there. Quick snack. We'll take our cyanide ingot and throw it into our squeezer. No. Yeah, it should handle doing liquids. Cyanide ingot can be made in a squeezer from cyanide ingots. So it has to be the manual squeezer. We'll have to make one of those and do the manual squeezing thing. All right. Such is life. Let's get some of this stuff put away. Don't need any more because I just need this one. All right, super easy. And just throw that down. And we do have to reset it. Really? Okay. Do I have any more tanks? No. I'll pick this one up, I guess. Hope it's compatible. Yeah, alright. That works. So you can't pick up the liquids out of that with a bucket. I did never realize that. I thought we could. But anyways, now we've got the cyanite bucket. So soul sand is made in the strainer with cyanite, and you just put sand in there. We do need at least a tier 1 mesh, and then that gives us a chance to get the soul sand. So if you hold shift on there, depending on which tier of mesh you use, will give you a different percentage chance for getting the soul sand out of that craft. And then with the soul sand, we put that back through the strainer with eroding water over top to get the wither skeleton skulls. And this does require at least a tier 4 mesh. So at least gold, but we've got all kinds of diamonds now, so I'll just do diamond, I guess, because that's the easiest one for now. And, well, for the durability ratio, right? Actually, I guess I don't know. Emerald meshes have 1500 and diamonds have 1500, so they're the same. The emerald is a tier 6 though, so it'll be better to use the emerald one because there we'll get the 60% chance to get the output from it. So all the others are pretty similar there. So the netherrack we do in the strainer with the cyanite, with any cooked stone, and that is again percentage based just like the other ones. Then we take the netherrack, we throw that through a strainer to get ancient debris. Similarly, this is the really low chance, so you absolutely want to be using the tier 6 mesh. And the best everlasting upgrade, the everlasting tier upgrade, well, we don't have everlasting to start, but you'll definitely want the upgrade for doing the ancient debris one. Absolutely, and that's done with lava there. And then you take the lava and you put it through the strainer, or you take the ancient debris, put it through the strainer with eroding water, and this is a 100% chance, so you can just use iron in there. That should be fine. Oh no, it has to be tier 4, so it has to be at least gold. So probably diamond for me anyways at this point. So that'll get us the netherite scraps, and then with this you probably just want to build it up to the 250 and then make a chicken to get an ancient chicken, just because of the intermediate step, right? The ancient debris being that 15% chance. You're gonna have a much better time if you just do the craft for the ancient chicken, and then you'll get your ancient debris for sure. 3 netherite scrap per seed will be nice. Well, you can't do that right away unless you do 2 chickens and you start breeding. Oh no, we do it with a 10-10-10 vanilla chicken, so that'll be fine. We'll have a 10-10-10 ancient chicken, so yes, 1 seed gives 3 netherite scrap. And over here, the skulk, there's not really a reason to do the skulk as far as I can see. So it'll be, again, the cyanite with the dirt. Again, all those percent chances. Then the skulk through there to get the echo shards. Similar chances for the wither skeleton skulls. But the uses on here, this echo mesh, it is just a tier 5 mesh, and it's got only 700 uses. And this is the only things that the echo shards are used for. So there's not really a reason to do those. If you want to decorate with the skulk, absolutely go for it. It's not a bad looking block for if you want to build something with it. But as for usefulness in the end game of the pack, it doesn't appear to have any, right? The skulk itself, the only uses is cover plates and making the echo shards. So I will be setting all of that up next. We'll have to get one more bucket of cyanite anyways, because I'm not doing the echo shards. And then we'll just do similar to this setup over there for doing the netherrack into the ancient debris into the netherite scrap chain, and then for the soul sand into the wither skeleton skulls as well. But we need both soul sand and wither skeleton skulls, so it might be worth even setting it up so that you have the upgrade in the top one, or a better upgrade at the very least, so that you have some backlog of soul sand, because you're going to need 4 soul sand and 3 skulls to get a wither. And then subsequently after that, you can do nether stars in the pressure chamber. We do have to fight the wither one time anyways, so that's it. This will be a little bit of a shorter stream because I'm not actually doing all of the work setting up the thing. I'm just explaining how it'll all be done, and we'll get there. I'll get there eventually for it. Oh yes, the other thing I did is in my drawer here, now that I've got the emeralds, access to the emeralds, I did make the storage upgrade 5 for the stone here. So haven't bothered putting the speed block on it, because we'll just see if, a little bit later down the line, if I'm feeling nervous about it, then we'll do it. But for right now, I think I'm fine. I'll just let this build up slowly, but I wanted to get an upgrade in there to get more backlog on the regular stone there. Used up a bunch of my sand making ender pearls, so all of this floor that I've been digging up, I've been putting to good use. And I did chop down a few more trees. I really like this tree, so this tree will be a permanent part of my base. So I was just growing some more spruce up there and got a backlog of logs for now. In fact, I haven't even come close to space on here, so I probably don't even need these sitting in a drawer for now anyways. And I haven't even moved these yet. We'll get all of that done eventually, but yeah, like I said, all of this backlog coming down now. Should have tons of redstone now. Yeah, 100 blocks of redstone at this point, and still tons of mineral in there, like 8.5 stacks. This is totally full. We could probably shut this down for now and let it backlog, but not really any reason. So much graphite, but we'll need all this graphite eventually. And then I guess I should automate this, because this keeps getting backed up every time. All right, enough for the end of episode rambling on. I hope you all enjoyed. I appreciate you for checking it out, and we will see you in the next one.